Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back from the deck profile here. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard about this deck. It's kind of flown under the radar for about, I want to say about 6 months or 5 months or something like that. It just recently came to the light. A couple big YouTubers started talking about it or whatever, and people were super like, whoa, what's up? But this deck, dude, I was like, dude, this sounds fucking cool. So, like, I started playtesting it with this week. Obviously, it's my own spin on it or whatever. This deck's absolutely fucking just ridiculous. This is like one of my, I don't want to say favorite because I say that about a lot of decks. It's one of the most resilient decks I played with, like where you can just play through like so much shit. Like it's just like it's kind of fucking wild to me. Like I was like when I started building this or whatever, I was like, this can't be like that insane, right? And then like I started playing, I was like, yep, sick. So yeah, dude. Without further ado, dude, fucking Adamancipator Prank-Kids, dude. Look at that, the fucking Battle Butler and the Researcher. Woo! I know you guys are probably just like, if you guys haven't heard about this deck before, you'll probably be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about, dude? Let me explain, okay? I will show just a small combo video at the end of this. This deck is very, like, one of those decks where it's very hard to, like, niche it down to 2 cards to, like, show you a combo or even 3 because the Adamancipators, obviously, they rely on the excavation for what you can do, so... I know the signs or whatever the spell card makes it a guaranteed, rock on top or whatever. He reborn one of those, but reborn Emancipator. Alright, guys, so obviously everyone just kind of fucking gave up on Emancipators after Block Dragon got banned. I feel like that's kind of how a lot of players were, myself included. I still thought they were pretty cool. So I was just like, yeah, dude, fucking let's re-pick them back up again, boys. So, obviously, 3 Researcher. This is obviously the best one. Level 2 Tuner, 100 attack, 100 defense, I believe, yeah. And you can special summon it from your hand, reveal it from your hand, special summon it. If you control a rock monster, and then you can activate the top 5 cards of your deck to summon a level 4 or lower non-tuner rock monster. So. And then we got the 3 Seeker, Adamancipator Seeker. This is the one that, if you control an Adamancipator, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, special summon a level 4 or lower non-tuner rock monster, and special summon it. So, and then we got the, this is honestly, bro, like with Researcher, this one's my favorite one. The Analyzer. So this one is level 4. This card's absolutely ridiculous. It's kind of like Cyber Dragon. If your opponent controls a monster, you special summon it. I lost a bunch of dice rolls with this, with this deck, and I was just like, let's see what this deck can really do. Because I was just like, this is like losing the die roll. If you see this in your hand, you're just fucking, you're excited. Like it's just very good. Like this one, obviously, reveal the excavate the top 5 cards of your deck. Special summon, a level 4 or lower non-tuner rock monster. So. And then we get into the Prank-Kids portion. As you guys can tell, 3 Roxys. This is a rock. Obviously, his name's fucking Roxys. So, banish a card from your hand. Draw a card. Special summon a Prank-Kids monster from your deck in defense position. Level 4 rock monster. So. Not a tuner, obviously. So, and then we just play 1 of each of the rest of them. I think this is pretty standard for like this deck. 1 Dropsies, 1 Fansies, 1 Lampsies. This one, you gain 1,000 life points. Special Prank-Kids monster from your deck in defense mode. You send a Prank-Kids card from your deck to the graveyard. Special Prank-Kid defense mode. And then you burn your opponent for 500, special summon a Prank-Kids monster in defense mode. And obviously they can't summon their own names, and you only play 1 of each copy. So just want to explain this stuff so like when people start looking at it that don't know what Prank-Kids do or Emancipators, they'll catch on to this and be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Because like a lot of times when I look at deck profiles or whatever, just a side note, I like when the creator explains the cards instead of just being like, yeah, I just play 3 of this, it's really good, and then just moves on. I don't like that very much. So. And then we play the Kokimiro Engine, 3 Supplier. So this guy, very good. His effect, when a rock monster is sent to graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then whenever this card's special summon, you can add a Kokimiro or a Iron Core from your deck to your hand. This card's very good at chain blocking. That's why it's important. Also, it's a level 4 rock monster non-tuner. So, and then the fucking guy, dude. The 3 Guardian. This is just like, this card, dude, like just gets you there so fucking often. Like, so this guy attributes himself, negates a monster effect, destroys it. 1900 attack. He's basically, you can just like, there's some games you'll just get mad like easy wins when you just reveal this like right off the rip off of a fucking Adamancipator, and you're just like, yep, no Nibiru for you, dog. This deck can easily play through 2 hand traps, very easily. Nibiru, you can actually even play through it quite a bunch. So this deck, that's what I'm saying when I was like, this is like one of the most resilient decks that I've fucking played with. It's just like, it's crazy because it just doesn't stop. Like sometimes your hand's so good, they could have like 2 torrentials and it just wouldn't even matter. So I don't know, but definitely if you like any of this stuff, definitely test this, dude. You'll fucking have a field day with it. So 2 Doki Doki. This card, also very good. Discard for cost. Special summon a rock monster. Discard a rock monster, special summon a rock monster from your deck with the same attribute and level as that rock monster in face-up attack mode or face-down defense position. Level 2, which is actually kind of important for this deck. So also a non-tuner. So and then I opted to... So I was looking for a 40th slot. I really like the Gigantes back when this deck was insane with Block Dragon. So I was like, yeah, we'll just play this, and it actually worked out really well. Bless you, babe.
Thanks.
And, you know, this card's really insane. Also, 1900 whenever it dies by battle at Heavy Storms. Just a free Earth Extender, banish Earth from the graveyard, special summon it. So I really like that card a lot. And then 3 Parallel Exceeds. This card's good for so many fucking reasons. Obviously, when you link summon, special summon this, it comes level 4, special summon another one from your deck. You have specialist to a link arrow when you link summon though. The cool thing about this, is it's a wind. So for the Raptite, the level 6 Synchro, that's the Adamancipator. When you have a wind monster in your graveyard, it's D Crow on either player's turn. Obviously, this is wind. So. And then I chose to play through Nibirus. Obviously, this deck's rock based or whatever. There was like a couple times when like you want like a nice fallback option where like you don't even need to make like, you know, like I've said in the past videos where like if you know Dweller's not, insane against their matchup, you just make Gallant Granite. You know, you go through like obviously you'd search Researcher most of the time, but sometimes you can just search the Nibiru as a fallback and, you know, see what happens. But also the Synchro, the Raptite can special this. The water one just reveals it, and then we'll get into that in a minute. But and then 3 of the signs. This is special summon a target, special summon a level 4 lower rock monster in your graveyard in defense position. And if you special an Adamancipator card with it, you can put a level 4 lower rock monster from your deck on top of your deck. So it's like a guaranteed excavate to summon or whatever. Also, this card is not hard once per turn. It's just basically 3 monster reborns. So, and then 3 Dark Rulers. I chose this card over like the Tactical Talents and the Droplet. I think this card is just better. Like I had more space for like the more monsters because I want to be insured. In my opinion, that you hit a rock instead of being like, oh, dude, like, I hit fucking 2 tuners, I hit 2 Adamancipator tuners, and, like, you know, a fucking Tactical Talent, a Droplet, and a fucking Upstart, you know, stuff like that. I just rather play this instead of, you know, with more rock monsters just to ensue that, like, I have the play. So, and then for the one-ofs, the Pandemonium, this is in the combo, obviously, with the Prank-Kids that I will show you. The Monster Reborn, obviously, the Called by the Grave, and the Upstart. So this deck has 40 cards. And then for the extra deck, this extra deck, I'm going to show you the last 2 slots in it are flex. You can play what you want with it. But this deck, dude, it's just absolutely ridiculous. So obviously the 1 Battle Butler. I'll show you the combo with this that lets you automatically get Battle Butler. Just because you're probably like, one of each Prank-Kids and 3 Roxys. How do I do that? I'll show you to you. It's okay. Then for the link ones, the Mirage. Obviously, this is kind of here for like the Doki and the Researcher. Sometimes, like the Researcher would just come up a few times. If your hand is just like Researcher and spells, you'll normal summon the Researcher, use its Excavate, you miss, so then you fucking link it off into Mirage, or if they like, Ash the Doki or something like that, then he like signs it back, and then you make the fucking Needle Fiber, blah blah blah. So, and then the the one Meow Meow. So obviously the Roxy's and stuff, that's rock. This is also a rock. So any of your Prank-Kids monsters automatically equals a rock monster. So and then obviously this card, you can only link on this card once per turn. During your opponent's turn, instead of tribute a Prank-Kids monster, you can just banish this from the graveyard to use its effect. So, and then one of the Doodle Doodle dudes. So this guy, on summon adds a Prank-Kids spell or trap from deck to hand. And then he can tribute himself only during your turn. He's not a quick effect, anything like that, to add 2 Prank-Kids cards from your graveyard back to your hand. So, and then the other link too is the Heclafibrax, the fucking Masquerena, and then the obviously the Unicorn, and then the link 4s. I know this is link 3. I just obviously Appaloosa and Access Code Talker. So those are just those are pretty standard. And then the Exceeds, obviously the Dweller. Dweller is usually your main end board, unless because like a bunch of times this deck can just do a bunch of shit. Like you can make Synchro 8s, 6s, Exceeds, multiple Exceed level 4. This deck does a lot of shit. So usually Dweller is the end board, and like your one of your just mid-range boards or starting boards sometimes is the Gallant Grey Knight. Obviously, this card searches a rock monster. It's like you're gaining X for rock monsters. And then the Synchros, the Reptite. This card's fucking. I think this is my favorite card in the extra deck, other than the Prank-Kids cards. So this guy, level 6. He can excavate the top 5 cards, but he can actually special summon any rock monster, and it doesn't matter if it's a tuner or not. And then quick effect during either player's turn, if you have a wind monster in your graveyard. That's what I was talking about, Parallel Exceed. Also the Doodle Doodle. This is a wind as well. So he can DD Crow. So card's absolutely ridiculous. And then the Wind Dragite. This card's insane for going second. Like sometimes you'll dark ruler them, and then like special summon Analyzer, and then just you go off from there, make this, reveal X amount of rock monsters, and then bounce everything non-targeting. And if you have a water monster in your graveyard, which I think the only rock monster or the only water monster other than Dropsy is the Heclafibrax, the Needle Fiber. He'll bounce that many cards on your opponent's board equal to the number of rock monsters you excavated from your deck. So then they go back on the bottom. And then the Boral Savage. This card's just this deck just shits that card out a lot. So and then so these are the 2 slots. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to play, and I'll explain both. Obviously with these 2 it's 16 cards, so you pick one of these to play. First, obviously the Herald. People are probably just like, yeah, dude, obviously the fucking Herald. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? So but there's also this one. So obviously this was in the Drytron list or whatever. Same arrows as Galatea, and then just switches the monsters. But the cool thing about this, obviously, shout out to my dude Johnny who played test a little bit today. I was actually able to take a Conductor, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and give him one of my Parallel Exceeds, which was kind of cool. But also, the reason I'm keeping this in here so heavy, so check this out. You can look down here, babe. It's a fucking rock. So it's a Link 2 rock, other than, obviously you got the Meow Meow for extra deck rocks, the Gallant Grey Knight, stuff like that. So I just thought this card was just really insane. So, you guys figure it out. I'm kind of leaning more towards this. This only came up, I think, I want to say 15-ish times since Tuesday. So, It's all up to you guys. I don't want to hear any fucking comments. It's 16 cards in your extra deck, dude. Yeah, I know. I just fucking told you that. So, yeah, dude, I'll show you a quick combo real quick, just to how to you know, make the Jesus Christ, how to make the all the Prank-Kids monsters accessible or whatever. So you need this. Let me scoot this over here for you beebs. Obviously you need the Pandemonium, and then you just need your Prank-Kids, boys. Alright, so so for the combo, all you need, you see down here, babe? Mm-hmm. Okay. All you need is a Roxy's and a card in hand. Okay, that's all you need. So you'll normal summon Roxy's. This will be graveyard down here. Link off Roxy's into the Meow Meow. You still see this, babe? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then Roxy's effect, you'll banish the one card in your hand. Banish that. You'll draw a new one. Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. And then you'll special summon one from deck. You want to special summon the Fansies. And then you'll link these two off into the fucking Doodle Doodle dudes. And then, so what you want to do here, you know, depending on chain links or however you want to resolve this, like if you, sometimes you'll draw one of these and you won't even need to do it this way, but, so we'll just say chain link 1, chain link 2. So chain link 2, Fansies will dump the Lampsies, which will special summon the Dropsies, and then Doodle Doodle dudes will add this. And then on your turn, obviously, you tribute this off to add the Fansies and the Lampsies to your hand. So just off of the Roxy's, you have, you know, obviously the Dropsies on board. The reason I leave the Dropsies on board is it's level 2, so it's like the easiest one to synchro with, because like it can make the Herald, it can make, you know, it's a level 2. So if you have Analyzer, you can make the fucking Jesus Christ, the fucking level 6 card, fucking Raptite, yeah. But, so obviously then you just set this, and then obviously on your opponent's turn you can just do this, fuse all 3 of these for the Battle Butler, and then you just chain link 1, chain link 2, you gain 1,000, they lose 500, and then summon 2 Roxy's, and then since you have the Meow Meow in graveyard, when you go to Regeki, you would just banish this, and you can Regeki again by tributing this if you need to. Also, the cool thing about this play is if they can't out these or whatever, you start your turn with rock monsters. So like if you top deck Researcher, there's a level 4, so if you draw an Analyzer or whatever, you can normal summon it, same with Seeker, and then, you know, Turbo. So, but yeah, dude, so this deck's absolutely just fucking ridiculous. You know, so I hope you guys try it out. It's been around for a little while. I'm definitely not taking credit for it. I just think this deck is just absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers.